Welcome, chemistry students, to our final day of e-learning, Wednesday, May 13th. We are down to our final assignment of the year. Today we are working on practice problems 9-19 stoichiometry. On these practice problems, you will have a chart there that you can use to navigate it, but today's stoichiometry problems, we're going to be solving for things other than mass. The last 2 days we went conversion of mass of one thing to mass of another thing. Today we're going to be doing other types of conversions, other things chemistry teachers, chemistry students, chemists in general would want to know. What is stoichiometry? Stoichiometry is merely using the proportions contained in balanced chemical reactions to find out things about what's different things about the substances in that chemical reaction based on knowing something else. So you take what you know and you're looking for things that you want to know pertaining to a particular chemical reaction. So today we do our final practice problems 9-19 on stoichiometry. Folks, when you're done with that assignment, you have completed e-learning. You did it. Well done. One of the most impressive things that I've been able to see as a teacher in this e-learning process is the initiative and work ethic that so many of you have displayed on a daily basis throughout this e-learning. I have been impressed with you, and I just want to let you know that. I want to thank you for everything, for your efforts, for your willingness to keep grinding this out under these crazy circumstances that we are facing in our country and in the world. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Words cannot express what a pleasure it has been to work with you, and I want to thank you. This is our last video of the year. For those of you that have not participated consistently in the e-learning, or for some of you that have barely started the e-learning, if you have missing work, there is still time to work on it, to complete it. You could have done absolutely nothing yet, and there's an opportunity for you to still pass this e-learning. So don't give up on yourself. I'm not going to give up on you either. There is still time to do this. In fact, you have until next week, Thursday, a week from tomorrow. You have till Thursday, May 21st, to submit missing assignments. Now, understand that all of your teachers will accept missing assignments. It's been the policy of our school district to end the e-learning today, to give students that had a little difficulty getting started and staying on top of it an opportunity to catch up. So all of your teachers are expected to receive late work. If that's not happening, or if you're hearing something different from them, please contact your counselor, or please contact your unit principal to help intercede on your behalf. Late work will be accepted, and not only that, late work will be accepted at full value, all the points. So teachers are not allowed to take off points for being late or drop you letter grades for being late. Anything you do, you receive a 100%. Once again, keep your eye on PowerSchool. If it's not happening that way, if you're not getting 100% of the points for things you're submitting, please see your counselor or email your counselor or your unit principal to explain your concern. They are there to work on your behalf. What assignment should you start on if you're missing work? Well, the question here is, which ones are counting towards e-learning? The assignments that will actually count directly towards e-learning are the assignments that were posted from April 17th to the present. The district decided to not hold you accountable for the assignments before April 17th. The reason they're doing that is because they wanted to allow some students an opportunity to get adjusted to the e-learning. Now, in this class, if you're doing assignments before April 17th, you do get the points for those. So it will still help you. However, the assignments before April 17th, if you look on PowerSchool and you did not complete those, there is no score listed there. No score means that it's not being held against you. It's not counting for or against you. But if you do it, the points will go in and it'll then count for you. All right, with that explained, focus on the ones from April 17th to the present first, because for those assignments, you're replacing a 0 with the points you've earned for the assignment. PowerSchool is where you look to find out which ones you're missing. And when you're trying to decide, if you're like swamped right now and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, then focus on the assignments that are worth more points first. Go after the ones that are worth 30 points, 25 points, 20 points. Focus on those assignments first. Getting the big point assignments out of the way will give you a much higher opportunity to pass this e-learning, and it is worth it. Some of you might be thinking in your heads, hey, if I pass the third 9 weeks and I don't pass the e-learning, I will still get credit for this semester. That is a fact. If you pass the third 9 weeks and you fail and you do not pass, or you do not pass this e-learning, you do still pass the semester. That should not be a secret. But what should also not be a secret is that by merely participating in the e-learning, and I'll say that again, by merely participating in the e-learning and earning a passing grade in the e-learning, you get 100% for this 9 weeks. A 100% can make a huge impact on your semester GPA. Remember, it's the average of those 2 9 weeks, the third and fourth 9 weeks, that affects your GPA. Getting that 100% for this fourth 9 weeks can make a huge impact on your GPA, and that is why the district has elected to do this. They want you to participating in the e-learning. So if you pass the e-learning, you get 100%. What do they mean by passing? The district defined what they mean by passing. Passing is defined to be participating to the best of your ability, considering the circumstances and situations you are facing. So it's doing your best and getting as much stuff done as you can, and they have asked teachers to take into consideration the individual circumstances each student is facing. So if you have some hardships, or if you have some things in your life that have made it very, very difficult for you to work on a daily basis, to get your work submitted, to earn that passing grade, again, passing is 60% or above, but to earn that passing grade, you just had too much in your life that you're dealing with right now. Well, I ask you to please be sure to communicate that with your teachers, your counselor, or your principal. The only way they know that you've had a tough time of it is if you let them know. Start with your teachers first. Your teachers will try to work with you. If you feel like your teachers are not working with you, then consult your counselor or your unit principal to intercede on your behalf. They're there for you. They're there for you. So get people in your corner, let people know what is going on, share with them any difficulties you might be having, because everybody is in this together, and we want you to get your 100% for this 9 weeks. And again, I mentioned earlier that I would let you know why you want that 100%. Why should you finish this off? It's because your semester average, the one that is what affects your GPA, it's the average of the third 9 weeks and the fourth 9 weeks that goes to your GPA. What you need to understand is 100% is a lot of power. You could have failed the third 9 weeks with the lowest possible score that you could earn on a given 9 weeks, and that's a 50%. Well, if you earned a 50% the third 9 weeks and you pass 60% of above or above in this e-learning, you get 100% for the fourth 9 weeks. The average of 150 is 75%. You will end up with a C toward your GPA, and more importantly, you will get your science credit. So you could have failed miserably the third 9 weeks, You participate in the e-learning and earn your 100%, you will still get your science credit and you'll get a C for the semester. Some of you might have had difficulty your third 9 weeks passed, but had only a 60%. You're like, well, I passed, I'm good. Well, you are good. But what we want you to know is if you participate in the e-learning and get your 100%, that 60% averaged out with 100% will yield an 80% for your semester, the one that goes into your GPA. There's a huge difference on your GPA between an 80 and a 60, a tremendous difference. This is a college prep class. When colleges are looking at your transcripts and they see an 80 versus 60, that 80 will be looked on favorably, much more favorably than a 60. Some of you might have only had an 80%. Well, I shouldn't say only an 80%, but some of you might have had an 80% last 9 weeks, and you're like, well, there's no way I can ever get an 80%. It's virtually impossible to get an 80% up to an A average for the semester. Not with the fourth 9 weeks being worth 100%. Again, you participate in e-learning, you pass the e-learning, you automatically get 100%. The average of an 80 and 100 is a 90 for your GPA, a 90%. You earn an A for the semester, and that would be phenomenal. So these are the reasons you should finish off the e-learning. Of course, if you have a C, if you had a C the third 9 weeks and you pass this e-learning, that C plus the 100% will drive that up to the B certainly, and that is worth it as well. I want to thank everybody for the effort that you're going to put in or that you have already put into the e-learning. When I say going to put in, I mean that you're going to go out and finish this off. You're going to get your missing assignments in and you're going to pass. But I want to thank already up front all of you that have worked daily on this process. It's been an eye-opener for me as a teacher and a positive eye-opener for me as a teacher to just see the initiative and the work ethic that so many of you have. It's most comforting to know that there are still very hardworking students that no matter what circumstances they face, they rise up and accomplish great success. So for that, it's been a marvelous experience for me as a teacher to see what you're capable of. This year certainly didn't end in the manner that any of us had hoped it would end. But I want to let you know that it has been an absolute pleasure to be your teacher. I'm honored to have had you as students. It was a fantastic and a fun year to be a teacher, and I look forward to seeing you back at Fairmont next year. Congratulations again, and thank you for everything.